Hello. Hello.
Hello, hello. Brian Howell, you surprised. Good morning, Brian Howell.
Hello.
Brian.
Delaware is fancy seeing you here.
I figured I should show up, once or twice in my life to your meeting,
I love it, man.
Wow.
Well, now I'm remiss. I missed your amazing huddle this morning. I got some great feedback on that.
Oh yeah, thanks, man. Just trying to love and encourage people.
That's how you do. I love it.
I'm sorry I wasn't there either. I was onboarding an agency.
There you go. An
Not an
agency.
I met with a guy
That's
last
it.
night and we just were having this great conversation. I was like, oh, he's going to do so great. So I was like, well, okay, next steps, talk about that. He said, okay, great. Yeah. So it's me and I have a whole, a small independent agency. We're about 8 to 9 agents. So we'll all be coming on board.
Nice.
I was like,
Incredible.
okay.
That's freaking awesome.
So we met today and yeah.
That's
I
cool.
love it.
It's
So I had
awesome.
a few people that are in appointments, things like that. So we're going to have a smaller group today, guys. If it's this small, then, we'll keep it real quick. Because Brian, just for your edification, I've been pretty inconsistent as a leader hosting team meetings. And we committed to each other last week that changes as of last week. So whether I'm out of town or not, somebody will be leading our meetings. And next week, Betsy Barr will be taking charge while I'm in Indiana talking to the fire department. So thanks.
Nice.
To that.
Nice.
Get a few texts. Make sure we get a few people on here. Nice. Shelly Jackson is recruiting. Always a good reason to miss our meeting. In my opinion, as you guys know, we have plenty of meetings, plenty of training, no shortage of. So this is for those looking to just get a little extra love. We'll have a Q&A at the end. Nothing too major, but I do want to, there's Eric Rush. I do want to start out with some news and notes with respect to everybody's time. I do have some people texting now. They'll be coming in. I'm in the call, but it says waiting on host. Probably not the right one, Dustin. Let's see. Dustin's got a few new people coming on too, which is great. So guys, let's kick it off with some celebration. Brian Howell, by the way, number one in our entire agency for January through to date. So Brian, congratulations.
Oh,
HQ
I am.
Showing 14 absent so far. Oh my God, you took your sweatshirt off and turned your light on. I thought it was a whole new person. You scared me. I moved my window and it was a whole different thing. So congrats to Brian on that. Betsy Barr, you are number one for the month in our Baseshop. So congratulations to you on that. I know you've been doing a lot of work on your own and also a lot of those referrals. I mean, thanks to you setting up that whole machine. I think the entire hierarchy is getting more mileage out of their appointments because of you and Val, and thanks to you and Val, now I get to help out on some of those. So
Awesome.
good stuff.
Awesome.
If you guys aren't aware of that referral calendar, it's super simple to use. If you have any questions, let me or Betsy know. But it's just a great way for you to. I noticed, Brian, you're still on the cook thing from this morning. That's not your Zoom.
Yeah, I know. I totally forgot to sign back out of that.
I love it. There it is, cooknextsteps.com, guys. So if you're not using it and you're not a debt-free life, IUL, annuities pro, get in there and use it. It's a great way to just earn some passive income if you're not ready to step it up on the education side. What I will say, I know everybody here knows, but I'm just going to say it in case you don't. And because we are recording this by request of a handful of people that want to check it out, we are launching for our agency. We've got advanced market training starting Monday, February 14th at 1 p.m. Eastern. Quility's very own head of advanced markets, Jeff Sigworth, who has written personally 600 to 700 IULs on his own pen. will be teaching us the ins and outs of index universal life, debt-free life, infinite banking, and annuities. So I do welcome you to get your people on that call. I'm only encouraging it though if you think they're ready, right? Our bread and butter is mortgage protection. I admit, you know, we're doing a little bit of Christopher Columbus here. I'm not asking anyone else to follow that till we've plowed the ground, planted the seeds, and we've got some harvest, right? But if you've got your mortgage protection game down and you feel that your agents do and they're ready for more, because Shelly has turned her business around with pivots on her nose. We'll have her guest a call in a couple weeks here, but Shelly's been successful at taking those no's on her appointment setting calls and turning it into an IUL appointment by simply letting people know, hey, this isn't all I do. You know, we have a special program that's essentially a savings program on steroids, earn money tax-free, grow it tax-free, access it tax-free. And just that little statement's enough for her to pivot. So we'll be learning all kinds of nuggets from Jeff Sigworth on that. I did announce last week, in case you missed the email, I'll just say it again, because for me, it was super exciting. Mutual of Omaha now offers critical illness benefits in addition to the 30-year ROP. So it's no longer an either or. You can use Mutual of Omaha's 30-year rope and include the heart attack, stroke, cancer benefit, which is huge, because to date, it was an either or situation, or you hopped on over to America. So I haven't compared rates yet. I don't know if you'll save money with it or not, but it's good to know that it's there. Other announcement, guys, many of us are lamenting the fact that there was no national conference last week. And I know it would have been a huge, huge thing. And I can't wait till August till we can associate in person. In the meantime, Quility does have the virtual conference coming up. I'm going to put the link right in the chat here, guys, because how many people, maybe I won't, how many people here are registered? Raise your hand. Dustin, is your hand raised? Jonathan? Dominic?
Yeah.
Teams connecting?
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, guys, let me put it in here. It's free and it takes you under 30 seconds to register. So unless you're not planning to attend for some reason, and if that's the case, please let me know. We might have something to talk about. Get in there and register. There it is. That's straight from the email. It will lead to the registration link. Hi, Jean. Are you registered? You can just nod once if yes, or yes, you are. Excellent. Great to hear, Jean. Or C rather. So excellent, guys. So I just wanted to get those out of the way. If you're not registered, get registered. If you are a builder or a team leader, make sure that your people are on that conference. Just the same, if you're, maybe you've got a slow starter, we've all got those people. I'm not saying you need to babysit anybody. In fact, I discourage it. But if you got some people that this could be the tipping point for, make sure that they're on it, right? Get them registered. Again, it's free, it's virtual, and we're going to blow a lot of people's minds. So it's going to not only is it going to be excellent for you as an agent to expand your horizons and keep you up on what we're about to do as a company, but what an eye opener for people looking for a change, right? This is hands down one of the best opportunities that I'm aware of, and anybody that I know is aware of on the planet that you can work without a college degree. And even with those opportunities that warrant a college degree, there's really no other way to create a work-life balance, so long as you're willing to commit, early and not often, but consistently, right? This is not a sometimes business. That's the number one killer of no matter what your potential, your capacity is, the number one killer of an agency or an agent's trajectory here is lack of consistency. It's as key can get. So guys, again, I'm just going to keep this really, really short because we've not that I don't respect the regulars, but I think I've been on the phone with everybody except my best buddy Steve Devine. We've been at least chatting throughout the week, but I haven't been on the phone yet. What I want to announce here, and I'll be sure to let everybody on the call know, is that these next 5 weeks are going to be crucial for us as an agency on the advanced market side. I do not want it replacing anybody's mortgage protection business until, I mean, you're all grown people, right? So I'm not saying you can't, but it is more of an opportunity to pivot your mortgage protection appointments to add value to your mortgage protection appointments. Or if you are ready for it, you can make a career out of advanced markets, but you've got to be willing to penetrate your warm market right now. And that's why I say it's best as a pivot or addition to the mortgage protection, because we've already got leads, we've already got a system. And I'd say a good half of the people you meet with are going to be appropriate candidates for advanced markets. I can't tell you how many people I've heard in the past, speak to a mortgage protection appointment. And when the people say, no, I don't need that. My mortgage is paid off. Everything's good. We congratulate them, right? We say, hey, great job. My job's done here then, you should be proud of yourself. And we go on to the next. It's okay if your ceiling is right there at term and mortgage protection. But when you realize what could have been done for that family that has their home paid off, that has equity, that has assets, and that you could create literally millions of dollars in tax-free retirement income for them by showing them the way in advanced markets, then you realize that the doors are wide open to pivot and expand from there. So Betsy, I know that you're going to be talking about this probably next week in a big way, but if you don't mind, just because I'm super excited for what you have going. First of all, I hear you had quite the success at the Knoxville meeting. Guys, I want Betsy to speak a little bit if you're available, Betsy, if you're full on. Yeah. Okay, great.
Mark, I'm always up to talk.
I love it. I know, right? We both. We'll just go for hours. No, but Betsy had a what we call a watershed moment in her recruiting efforts, and it doesn't just happen. It'd be like winning the lottery if it happened your first time, right? This is a business of consistency. And if you're not building, just know there's a great opportunity here to make a great income. But if you ever want to take a break, if you get sick, I mean, God bless it. Betsy has fully recovered, but Betsy, you had 2 bouts of COVID last year that took you out of the workforce for about 6-7 weeks. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And had she not had a team that was supporting her efforts by supporting their own, I don't know what would have become of Betsy's business. Same with me. I had about 3 weeks of COVID and another 3 weeks of COVID last year, and the wheels would have fallen off had we not had the amazing team that we have doing theirs. So take that to heart. Building is not for you, it's for them. And if you look at it that way, it becomes much easier to build. We're giving people an opportunity here that you don't learn about in school, right? And most likely it's an opportunity that growing up, your parents probably think you're crazy if you said, this is what I'm going to do. At the end of the day, it really just requires these simple ingredients that are required to, for you to employ in order to enjoy not only an uncapped income for yourself based on your activity, but you can start to raise the bar up to that and even surpass it with passive income if you think strategically as an entrepreneur. So real quick, Betsy, if you don't mind just sharing your watershed moment, what came out of recruiting, what it means for you and your business. And then I'd love for you to just tease, because I'm sure it's going to be your topic next week. And if not, go full board. But Betsy's got a really exciting referral program for teachers and realtors and who knows who else that I'd love you to just at least tease on this call.
Oh, I would love that. I'm getting some feedback from somewhere. Is it me? Not sure. Anyways, yeah, thanks, Mark, just for a minute here. So when we actually here in Knoxville, we're looking at doing a monthly meeting. So if you're looking to recruit and hey, how can I get people plugged into meetings? We're going to be doing that here in East Tennessee, kind of for the Southeast. Then the virtual summit's coming up. I'm going to have a watch party here at my house. I just decided last night. I don't even have a chance to tell Mark. So yeah, just hoping to bring some people on, build some excitement, build some community. It was just really great to bring some people to the Knoxville meeting. And, I'm a pretty outgoing person, I've got a lot of excitement about me. But it made such a difference to have them come, and I didn't have to put in all the work to explain to them what Symmetry was about and, be inspiring, because they were just inspired with everyone in the room. And, listening to Chris Cook, listening to Laura Davis, Paul Sharp, listening to other agents sharing, like they caught that vision. And, I was just answering questions of how soon can I get started? So that was really impactful for me. And so really just kind of gave me pause of, I want to be involved in helping make these meetings a reality, and just really, build an agency around where we're having these meetings, so that people can catch the fire. Because I know if I have some agents in Arizona, well, they're going to be hearing from Brian, from Mark, from Jeff, and they can catch that vision. And I don't have to try and, pour that in. They're going to be that just from being in the room there. So if any of you guys watch the Hamilton musical, The Room Where It Happened. So that's what's happening. Mark, I'm doing a movie quote. Anyways, so that was really exciting. And so just looking forward to the future. And I'm also just kind of like in disbelief. I hired an agent last night. We were having a great interview, and I was like, wow, it's gonna be a great fit. And then he was like, oh yeah. And so my whole team, I got a small agency of about 8 to 9 agents. We're all gonna come on board. The more the merrier. Let's go. So anyway, so that's been exciting. Met with their whole team this morning, and so getting their contracts sent out. Oh, Mark, if you'll let me share. So just a testament of, hey, I've been recruiting for a while, guys. That doesn't happen every day, but just keep looking. And I'm I found my Muhammad. I'm looking from, who are the people that are going to come, and we're really going to grow together here. Let's see. I still can't share. But one of the things, in talking about IUL and looking at warm market, same thing with debt-free life. It's such a different way to think about money, and there's a lot of trust that you have to build. And so what I've been noticing is, as we do referrals, there's that immediate transfer of trust. So like when Brian sent me the Swansons, Shane and Heather, as soon as I sat down with them, Brian had just, they so trusted Brian because of how he had built that relationship, that there was immediately, they were excited about what I had to say. I didn't have to build that up. And we were able to really help them out and get them set up with a beautiful debt-free life plan. So, and I've kind of just been noticing that too, as I've been at different networking events and building relationships with people, is, our product is so unique. Debt-free life, no one else does it. And people want to hear about it. But when I'm able to do that through a warm introduction, then I'm able to really, really help that family in an even bigger way. So what I've been starting here is just some referral sites. Okay. So here's an example of the referral site from a realtor. Okay. So this whole site is branded for the realtor. Okay. And so I do this for a PNC agent. You can do it for CPA, a mortgage lender, anybody. But this particular one is for a realtor. So here, when Billy meets with the client, he can send them here and say, hey, now you're my client. You've got access to my VIP benefits circle. Okay. What can I help them with? I can help them with mortgage protection, debt-free life, children's policies, Quility RX. Hey, we've got the Gabby with the mortgage, with the home and auto, that sort of thing. And so here they can come to Billy's site and they can book on my calendar. All right. So it says Billy's team. Well, guess who Billy's team is? Me. All right, I'm Billy's team. All right. So we're branding it all for Billy. But it's me. This is another way that I can generate referrals. And so here I've got some information about the different products. It can It can link to the D2C site. We can do some, examples of client testimonials, who are our carriers, then a little bit about Billy. So again, everything here is focused on Billy. So the client sees, okay, this is someone that Billy trusts, and I can, move forward in that way. And so the whole point of this is for Billy and I to have this referral type relationship. Okay. And so how do what you want is you want people that are able to set these up, and then I can help them with debt-free life. Okay. So this Billy is a realtor that I met here in town. He's in one of my networking groups. So we do this with all types of insurance. But here we can do this, just for debt-free life and just focus on debt-free life. So how do we find those people? So this is a page that I set up for all of my agents. And again, I offer it to anyone within the Newbauer group. It's for all team. And so what we do here is, I'll put your logo, put your picture, okay, and say, hey, we're partnering together, and we're going to show you how you can make some passive income, because Billy's he's gonna benefit, all right, by sending me clients. It's going to add value to his business, but it's also, there's going to be some financial compensation there as well. So here, this is something that Muhammad can send to realtors that he, this is what Muhammad can send to realtors, or, if we have one for Cheryl, we have one for Eric, we have one for Dustin, whoever we've got. This is Brian, you can send this to, people that you think could take advantage of this program. So like, again, realtors, mortgage lenders, PNC agents that aren't captive, and, any kind of sales where they have kind of a client base here. So adding another pillar of passive income, this is just a little video that I made that explains the program. Okay. So what is it going to look like? How can you take advantage of this? Why would you want to take advantage of it? What kind of financial compensation can you expect? What kind of value is it going to add to your business? And so, guys, when you're thinking about realtors, when you're thinking about mortgage lenders, of course, they're helping people walk into a 30-year mortgage. So of course, we're going to be able to help them with debt-free life. Okay. So that's a big one right there. And then the second thing is, let's say that they can't get that mortgage because their debt to income is too high, or they don't have enough cash on hand for closing costs. We can help that. We can help them get set up that way. So anyway, so they can watch that video. If they're interested, awesome. They can go ahead and book on my calendar, and I will follow up with them and let them know more about it. Like, okay, here's, more questions about debt-free life. How are we going to get it all set up? And what I'm going to do here is anybody that person sends to me, if you set them up with me as a referral partner, then you get a split from everything that comes from that person. All right. So this is just another way for you to generate that passive income for yourself. Because, if Dustin sends me a realtor, and that realtor sends me 5 extra clients a month, well, that's 5 extra policies for Dustin a month, and so all you have to do is just get me, help with that referral partner, send them out that website, and I'll take care of all the follow-up and keep it, tracking, get them paid. This is just an additional way for you to get that passive income for yourself. So when you're thinking about realtors, hey, do you know someone that sells a lot of homes? Or do you know a brokerage where someone's a broker and they work with lots of realtors, and we could get these out? So, think big here. How can this add value to your business? And that's the whole purpose for this site. And so then here, this one is what I made for teachers, just because y'all know teachers are near and dear to my heart. So you'll notice the numbers here are a lot smaller because teachers can't even fathom $80,000 a year. They're like, an extra $500 a month is, beyond, it is amazing. It's life-changing. So here, this is pretty much the exact same thing. But basically we're just asking teachers to connect us with other teachers or other people within their community, and calling that a connection partner. And then just, tagging it as a side hustle without the hassle. So if you have teachers that you might know of, this would be something that would just appeal to them more, and kind of is more niched into how teachers think. But again, with all of these, we have graphics, we've got marketing assets, different ways that you can connect. So sorry, I get really excited about it because I'm a pioneer in my mindset. And so I always just think of, wow, I mean, this can just grow so big and have such an impact on so many people and add so much value to your business and value to mine. So we're all winning together. So yeah, any questions about that? All right. Well, if you have a site, feel free to use it. Jessica should have also sent you the Google link so that you have all the graphics and things that go along with it. If you or one of your agents want to do that, we can send you, the sign up link. That's all you got to do. But yeah, so it's just a link to sign up for it. Jessica will get it set up, and it's just a real quick process there.
Hey, Betsy.
Yeah.
A quick thing. The link you made, I shared that with a realtor that I know.
Yeah.
And she ended up coming on board as an agent because she already had a life license.
That's awesome.
So yeah, she signed
That's
all her
even
contract
better.
paperwork. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Even better.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Betsy, I can't thank you enough for the initiative you took on that. And guys, just so you know, Betsy really balanced this out. I mean, her passion has always been debt-free life in advanced markets. But early on, and correct me if I'm wrong, Betsy, but she saw the importance of taking a simplified system like we have for mortgage protection and using that to leverage what she's pioneered here for us. Okay. So one of the biggest temptations we all have in the beginning, because dialing can get tough, right? It's not hard, right? But it can get tough emotionally, because that's just the way most of us are wired. And unfortunately, that is the secret sauce. There's no secret trap door there. Now I know Symmetry Corporate is even starting to understand that text messages are probably maybe even as or more effective than dialing, right? We're getting into some of those things, but let them experiment with that and pass it down, because what's working has worked for all of us for the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. And take it to heart that yes, Betsy has innovated quite a bit here. She's pioneered quite a bit here. We are so grateful for it. And I watched her grow. I mean, she was really working double time to serve her income first and foremost with the mortgage protection strategies, and then start to branch out into advanced markets. So, the stuff that she's showing us, I don't want to say don't try this at home, but don't try this at home until you've got your stuff together, right? So you got that systematic income down, because not only is it about income, guys, having enough inventory, making enough dials, massive activity, constant correction, and doing it consistently week after week. That's not just about income, guys. That's about developing a muscle that most of us have yet to develop, right? And again, it's like going to the gym and trying to lift the big plates first. It doesn't work that way. You got to work your way up, but you got to be consistent too. So pat yourself on the back if you did your work, 1 week, but put yourself in the corner if you didn't do it week 2, because week 3 is week 1 again if you didn't do the second week. I hope that makes sense, guys. And back to Betsy's thing, guys, I hope you realize how incredible this opportunity is, because it's not just about referrals now. This takes it to the next level. Many of us, I know probably all of us here that are building, and if you're not, why not? I'll ask again, but any of us that are building, we've got those realtor contacts, and we're like, why are you guys, paying for ads on Zillow and hunting for clients and doing this when we have a much better system over here, right? And we all have those people that are in our circles, like teachers, who we know, especially after COVID. God knows the world needs teachers. Both my parents were teachers, Catholic grade school. I think they each made $6,000 a year back when they got started in the 70s. Granted, that was still next to nothing back then. And they did it because they believed in what they were doing, right? But it was, I'm sure, a meager living for them and their teacher friends. And I remember Mrs. Nelson, one of the best Spanish teachers ever. Then we go to Walgreens after school, and there's Mrs. Nelson again behind the pharmacy counter. They had to work second jobs. I remember the first time I saw her back there, I'm like, what are you doing here? I thought you were a teacher, right? then you start to understand economics and just how much teachers give us and give the world. So what I want you guys to understand that Betsy's put together here is we have the opportunity to now recruit teachers and realtors without recruiting teachers and realtors, right? It's a matter of them simply getting onboarded and licensed. That's it. And now all they need to do is understand what it is we do and refer in people that they want to help. Because as you begin to understand advanced markets, that's all we're doing, right? This is no longer sales. We're changing people's lives. We're fostering financial education that is nowhere on the planet unless you know where to look on YouTube and elsewhere, right? So we're those educators, and Betsy's helping educators in the real world start to educate their fellow colleagues as to how they can still be teachers and create a living of abundance above and beyond. So guys, teachers, realtors, let's start there. Obviously, sky's the limit. I mean, this could go to farmers and everybody else, right? But let's start with teachers and realtors, because that's what Betsy's built. And know that now you can go to those teacher contacts of yours and say, hey, I love Betsy's tagline. It's side hustle without the hassle, right? Because this is a way for them to engage in a side hustle, if you will. And most of them already are or desire to, because they want that additional income. And you can create an environment for them to do that with very little effort on their part, right? Now, if they want to earn while they learn, they can sit in on the appointments just the same. But they can just as soon hand off the ball and earn a commission. So applause for Betsy. This is really a big deal, guys. I can't tell you, and no kidding, these are two hot markets. I can't tell you how many teachers and realtors I've tried to recruit, especially teachers during COVID. I mean, if anybody has kids here, or if you are a teacher, COVID was a nightmare. I mean, I think many kids across the country, and it's no joke, I think they have long-term damage from all that occurred during COVID and all that they missed out on, those experiences, that in-person, that human touch, you know. It kind of brings tears in my eyes, because I know we had setback with my eldest emotionally because of that. And they don't even know that that's why they're feeling that way. So it's crazy times, and Betsy has cultivated a path here to allow us to help others help themselves in a big way. So
Hey, Mark, real quick, as well, when I was talking about marketing assets. So like if you do stuff on Facebook, like for the realtors or brokers, these are some of the like the pictures that we have available. So you can send these out to your put it on Facebook. We've got it for mortgage brokers, and then we have a whole set for teachers as well, that are just phenomenal. So anyway, so this is also part of kind of what's included there, so you can market it effectively.
That is awesome. Thank you, Betsy. I also just have to say, welcome back, Dustin Hensley. So we all love Dustin Hensley, and he took a little hiatus, and he's back part-time, and I couldn't be more thrilled to welcome him. Dustin is a good friend of mine. He's not just somebody I found on ZipRecruiter. We worked together he was a crucial component to my entertainment company. I'd say over 10 years at this point. We worked day in and day out. We produced concerts. We were putting together some exciting film materials and prepping development for television series and all this kind of stuff. And Dustin was just indispensable. And so I've always had a place in my heart for Dustin, and I want everything that he deserves in this life. I want him to be able to reach his full capacity, his full potential. And I know Beyond White Space. No, don't look it up. He just put the movie we did while he was working with me. It is available on streaming. Beyond White Space. It's not an Academy Award contender, but we are very pleased with the special effects on that one. Shot it for under $1 million, and it looks like a $20-30 million film. Thanks for the plug, Dustin. But But Dustin is back at it, and I hope you guys will show him some love and help him get back, back into the swing of things. Though great thing about Dustin is he's a quick study, and he's probably already caught up to most of us. So yes, let's go, buddy. Awesome to have you on here. So, and Stephen Devine, I get to see you in Fort Wayne next week. We're going to be starting to line up the fire department and some other things for some IUL opportunities for the whole team. And I do just want to welcome my good friend who I think everybody on this call knows, but William Steiner. He has W.H. Steiner because his actual name on the birth certificate is Wealth and Health Steiner. So that's what the W.H. stands for. And thanks to William. If it weren't for William, we would not be hosting the next this 5-week Advanced Markets Summit. William has changed my life in a big way. I'm going to tell you, I love everything that Symmetry has to offer. The systematic income that we can derive by working the leads in mortgage protection changed my life within a week. My first week here, helping that sweet old woman at 85 years old. I tell this story often because it means so much to me. You'll never forget your first. And one thing, Steve Devine and I remember we said, who's going to be the first to do an IUL? Who's going to be the first to do an annuity? And 1 year goes by, 2 years goes by, 3 years goes by. We're too scared to learn. It seems so complex and so confusing, and we didn't do it for a long time, right, Steve? I mean, it almost came by force when a client says, I want this, and we said, well, you sure you don't want a final expense? So we were forced to learn, and then lo and behold, I meet William Steiner, who is with us here at Symmetry. He is in another hierarchy. But William and I became fast friends because he just blew my mind open. He blew the doors open, and he showed how simple advanced markets can be. And I now realize that advanced markets are really called advanced markets because of the advanced things they can do for people, not because the education is so advanced, right? It'll take you a couple times on the horse, but you'll get it just like you did mortgage protection final expense. And again, it is a different process. So any of you that are just getting started, I don't recommend that you replace that systematic, bread and butter income with it, but definitely do everything you can to learn about it and step up your game. Use it to pivot the nose, use it to help those that already have their stuff paid off. And slowly but surely, you're going to learn more than half of your mortgage protection appointments are really worthy of advanced markets, because this is how you change lives, right? Protecting a life is one thing, and we serve people from the heart here at Symmetry, but helping people with advanced markets not only has that protection in place from day one, but it changes the way they live, right? So say hi, William. I don't mean to just talk about you the whole time.
All right, that's good. Hello, everyone. Nice to be here and support Mark Newbauer. Betsy Barr, we don't know each other, but I know of you and I followed you, and you're certainly a very unique, wonderful, a person with great. Sorry, was it Mohammed? Betsy, I've watched you and followed you in the Symmetry world, and have a great deal of respect of many, and including me. My pleasure to see you.
Wow. Thank you so much.
I know everyone else on the call, so my focus and attention was you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I was hoping to, we are recording this, William, so I'm going to make sure the entire team is aware of our training summit beginning Monday. But
right.
Yeah, outside of, now you know Betsy. Now you know why we rave about Betsy so much in our conversations.
Right.
So Betsy, I think this 5-week series is also going to bridge the gap big time, because Sigworth is going to put a heavy focus on Index Universal Life, but he is going to be going into debt-free life, infinite banking, and annuities as well. So awesome. I want us to all just get around the fire and understand that leverage is so powerful, and building is one way to leverage, and referrals are another way to leverage. You refer a debt-free life case, once you understand how powerful it is and what it can do for people, and you refer that out to Betsy, you want to go to boot camp, you want to get certified, you want to pay for the software, you can do that, right? I did it. I haven't used it once. It was too much for me. Maybe that says something about me, but what I can do all day long is refer it out to Betsy and trust that it's in good hands, right? And on the flip side, IULs do not require special software or a subscription or even a boot camp. It does require some education, and we provide that every Monday at 1 p.m. And that is much thanks to William. It is actually William Party Hillsteiner, but we call him Wealth and Health. And very thankful for everybody on this team. I appreciate you guys showing up. I'm going to open it up to Q&A if anybody's got any. I think we've got our, this really is our A team on the call right now. We've probably got 30 agents who didn't make it to the call. A lot of that's my fault for not being consistent with meetings, and shame on me, but we changed that last week. We can't look back. We can only look forward. Betsy Barr will be hosting next week's meeting because I will be out of town in Indiana. So same bat channel, same bat time, Betsy Barr will be hosting, and we'll share more deeply about how you can leverage your career with referrals and even recruiting. Betsy, I mean, you just took it a step up with this. Teachers, realtors, you can recruit them without having them go full board into the system. All it requires is passing a test and sharing the wealth with fellow teachers, taking care of their retirement in a way that won't penalize them if they need the money before 59 and a half, right? And they won't be forced to take it out at 70 and a half, and so many more benefits from there. So thank you guys so much. Open it up for Q&A if anybody's got anything. No, as William says, that must mean we did a perfect job today. There are no questions. So off with you. You guys have a wonderful day. And I've got an interview in 19 minutes. If you don't have an interview, set one up, guys. This is the most exciting time to recruit. And I will remind you, use the tools at hand. We have a virtual summit, which is the equivalent of a national conference online. It is free. It is virtual. You can watch it in your pajamas with some popcorn and the family gathered around the fire. But I promise you're going to learn what Symmetry is about to open the doors on for us here as a company. And it is probably the best recruiting tool that you can have at your arsenal, which requires zero effort from you, except, you know what? If you're looking for a change, you should really join me at this summit. It's virtual. There's no cost. I think you'd be a great fit. And at the very least, if you do me the favor of showing up, I know you know a lot of great people, and I'm looking to build my agency. So would much appreciate if you have anybody that you think would enjoy this. Let me know and I'll make sure they get a link. Okay. And,
Hey, Mark.
Yes, Dominic.
Sorry to interrupt you. If we are going to finish early, you and I can talk if you're still available before we both are unavailable at 3:30.
Yes, sir. I would love that. I'll call you right after this, Dominic, because I have my interview in 17 minutes, so we have time. Wait, Dominic, now I have a question. Dominic, you have an SFG behind you. I know what that stands for, at least.
Yes, yeah, I do.
What's
SFG. Huh?
What's the TA?
So TAS is what I wanted to be a little different. So instead of just saying the Awesome Agency, I just named my agency Total Advantage Solutions.
That's
And
right.
the more that I think about the name, the more I think about my intention behind it, the more I'm starting to like it. So this was actually a Christmas present that my wife and kids got me. I think they actually painted the letters for me so I can hang it in my office.
I love that. Are those wood? Is it wood?
It's some material. It's not 100% wood. I don't know what it is exactly. I don't know.
It's not kryptonite. I love it. That's beautiful. Total Advantage Solutions, guys. Branding is key, right? Why are you in business? Who are you serving? Why are you serving? And Dominic's found meaning in his agency name. And I think that's important because why, right? If you don't have a why, your clients aren't going to have a why, right? Or at least it's going to be pretty tough to get the why out of them. So thanks for sharing that, Dominic. I think that's pretty cool. And even it's so very special that your family painted it for you. That's very cool. Okay, guys, I guess we're out of here unless anybody's got anything. Dominic and I are going to hop on a quick call. Thank you, William, for coming in and checking us out. These will hopefully grow by the week in attendance. And leaders, I encourage you, I know that all of you have agents that are not on this call. I'm not going to say shame because that's on me for obvious reasons. But now we've got these every Thursday. The net is there. You can jump off the building. It's there. We're going to catch you, right? We will be here. So leaders, I do encourage you to let your agents know that association is key. Association is powerful. If there's ever anything you feel you'd like to get out of these meetings that you're not, because we have meetings ad nauseum, right? I'm just going to say it. If you attend every meeting at Symmetry, you won't get anything done. I've said it before and I'll say it again. So I take zero offense if you do not make it to this meeting, okay? I'll record it. I'll send it to you. You guys know you have access to me, but I also want you to put your business first and use the meetings as the fuel to your fire. But if you aren't attending the important, the mandatory meetings, I'll call them mandatory because you're in business here and you should be attending them. Betsy's yawning, so I'm going to hurry. We have no, I saw you yawn, Betsy. I'm going to hurry up. We have the Monday cook call at 10:30. We have our advanced market training at 1 p.m. with Wealth and Health. And we have our Wednesday national calls. Gene Braun, Mohammed, and anybody else that wants to sharpen their tools, whether you're new or not, but Gene, I know you're newer to it. The new agent training is every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern, and you're going to have sales beasts, right? I mean, these guys are just amazing. Brian Howell, Jordan Gillum, Joe Martinez, the people that work the system to the T day in and day out, make no excuses whatsoever, and are building some of the biggest agencies in the entire company. Train us every week at 11 a.m. They'll run you through how to build a successful mortgage protection career. And from there, you can leverage into advanced markets. So that's another one that I'd say is mandatory if you're either in your first 12 weeks here, or if you just, feel a little rusty, maybe fell off the horse and need to get back again. That's it. Everything else, you guys know we have huddles Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. We've got, if you're in the advanced market groups, we got Brandon Nivis, we've got Candace Jones. I've got this meeting. So again, don't attend them all, guys. If you do, there's not a trophy. And I hope you get the rest of your stuff done. So reverse it. Make sure you're getting what needs to be done for your business first, and use these as fuel for the fire. Okay. And if you're not attending 3 meetings a week, I'd say step it up a little, right? Find at least 3 that really light your fire and attend those. Anything beyond that is up to you, but not at peril to your business. Okay. Makes sense? All right, guys. If you need any recruiting tips, talk to me. If you need any advanced market tips, talk to me and William. If you need any tips on how to expand into passive income through debt-free life and infinite banking, talk to Betsy. We're all here to help you. Leaders, again, I encourage you to promote meetings to your team. But first and foremost is book of the month, the Monday and Wednesday calls, and MACC, Massive Action Constant Correction. So thank you guys for being a part of this. Dominic, I'm going to call you right now. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Steve, save some snow for me. Don't let it all melt before I get there.
Or if you just want to stay on here,
Yeah, let's do that.